deal with it, then somebody else will. I believe that a lot of us, including myself, bottle things up. We don't deal and face our problems, and we just put it under the table. Out of sight, out of mind, right? But it'll eventually come up, and if not at the cost of you, at the cost of somebody else. It's like, say you have a bad shoulder and you never actually deal with it. You're like, it's whatever. I don't need to deal with it right now. And something happens where you have to lift something above your shoulder, and you can't. And because of that, now you can't play basketball anymore. Now, when you're trying to teach your kid how to shoot a ball, you can't, because when you were younger, you're like, my shoulder's fine. Like, I know there's a problem with it. I'll deal with it when it comes. So now when you're trying to teach your kid how to shoot, you can't. And it's at their expense. You can't spend time with them. You can't do what you love with the people you love. And it can go a lot deeper than just that, because a lot of people don't deal with past problems in their relationships, insecurities, trust issues. So if you don't deal with it, your partner will deal with it. It's like, say you have problems with, you have spending problems. You can't save money. You spend. And you're like, it's fine, it's a problem that I deal with. No one else except for me has to deal with it, because it's my money. But down the line, if you have a partner and you guys eventually move in together, that problem that you didn't deal with will affect your partner too, because your spending habits reflect how you can build a future together, how you can save money up for a down payment on a house. So right now your partner's like, why don't you have any money? Why can't you help me with this? And you may think like you got it all figured out, but you don't. And if you don't deal with your problems, somebody else will. If you don't break those generational cycles, because it's like, if your parents never showed you any love, and you think it's okay that your partner's not showing you love, and now it's affecting you because your parents didn't want to deal with that themselves, so they acted the same way their parents did, and the parents before that. So you have to break those generational cycles. You have to be the one to deal with the problems. You're going to keep passing it down and down to your kids and the people around you. So the first step would just be to identify the problem and to acknowledge it, to say like, I have a problem and I need to fix it. Because a lot of people think they don't have a problem. It's like, a lot of people I know who are like, yeah, like, I'm not addicted to this thing. I can quit anytime I want. But that's the problem, because you're not admitting to yourself that there's a problem here. You're not admitting that, hey, maybe I am addicted to it. Maybe I do have a problem. They're just saying, oh, nah, I can quit anytime I want. This isn't a problem. And the first step to identifying the problem is to understand that there is a problem. And I feel like it takes a lot of humility to do that, because a lot of people think that they're up here like, oh, impossible, that could be me, I'm a lot better than that, no way I'm like that. But I'm like that. I have a hard time admitting when I'm wrong, when there's a problem, when I have a problem. And I know that. And I can say, okay, I can't do it by myself. I can't do it alone. I have a problem and I need help with this. That's, I would say, is the first step to identifying it, and then mapping out how to deal with it, talking about it. So it's like I don't really tell people how I feel because I feel like it's insignificant and it's not worth it, because I can just push it to the side. I'm okay, it's fine, it's whatever. But it bottles up, and I know I'm like this. I get like a balloon. You just keep putting air into it, and I'm like, it's whatever, it's fine. And eventually I'll explode, and that's at the cost of the people around me, the people I love. So because I didn't deal with the problem, so now somebody else has to deal with it. So now I understand that, and I'm trying to work on it. I'm trying to bring things up to people when I don't like when they do something, or if I'm feeling a certain type of way, if I'm feeling sad, I'll tell them why. I'll communicate to them, because I feel like for me, a lot of the times people around me didn't communicate. They don't communicate, so that's the way I am, and that's a problem, and that's a problem that I have to deal with, or else people around me will. So understand that you do have problems, and nobody's perfect. Everybody has a problem, and it's identifying it, saying I do have a problem. You have to kill your ego. Like, I get it, you don't wanna be weak. You don't wanna admit that maybe I'm not as good as I think I am. But it's not to say that you're nothing. Rather, like, having self-confidence, but also the humility. So deal with your problems. Yeah. So I hope y'all have a great day, great rest of your night, and I'll see you in the next one.